Go ahead, Mayor.
Good evening, everybody. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilman Misery.
Here.
Councilwoman Peterson.
Here.
Councilman Zazali.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Miga.
Here.
Mayor Scabbage.
Here. Please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Adequate notice of this meeting was duly provided to the Verona Cedar Grove Times and the Star Ledger by email and published in an annual schedule of meetings on December 12th, 2024, filed with the Township Clerk and posted on the Public Bulletin Board in the Municipal Building Lobby in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Item 2, Extraordinary Business of the Township Council. 2A, Ceremonial Administration of the Oath of Office to Police Chief Frank Pumphrey. Judge Candido?
Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Francis Pumphrey,
Do sincerely profess and swear
do sincerely profess and swear
that I do and will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will and do bear true faith and allegiance
to the government established in this state
to the government established in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly
impartially, and justly
perform all the duties of Police Chief
perform all the duties of Police Chief
of the Cedar Grove Police Department
of the Cedar Grove Police Department
according to the best of my abilities
according to the best of my abilities
and understanding.
and understanding.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Thank you, Chief. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor. That was easy. All right, everyone. Have a good night. Oh, you want me to say a few words? Yes. Okay. I think I can. I have to be honest. I'm very humbled to be up here today. You think about everything you go through to get here, and I look out on the room and I see everybody that's here. I'm telling you, it truly moves me, the support of all of you. We talk a lot about family. Cedar Grove has been my adopted family since 1999. I came here as a young dispatcher, thanks to, I see Mr. Tucci in the corner back there, from another agency. Things weren't going the way I thought they were going to go, and I didn't know where to go. I came to Cedar Grove. They gave me a very nice reset. And I was fortunate to a lot of people here who've brought me up along the way. Looking across the room, I'm sure I will probably forget to thank a few people. And if I do, I apologize now. I was trying to figure out where do I put my thoughts to start tonight. I definitely want to start by thanking Mayor Scabbage, Deputy Mayor Miga, Councilwoman Peterson, Councilman Misery, Councilman Zazali, and Manager Mr. Zacchelli, for having the faith and confidence in me to do this. It's a lot. When you look at a police department in a municipality, it's one of the biggest big-ticket items. So to have that confidence in me means a lot. Working in Cedar Grove has been a pleasure. I learned a lot about government here. especially knowing the manager-council form of government. It works fantastic. The council has always been very supportive of us over the years. I think I've said this before. You hear a lot of people say that, but the support in the way you fund us, you equip us, you always have our back. It really does mean a lot. It's a tough job. I think everybody here who puts a uniform on knows that. There's a lot of highs and lows in the career, but when you know you have folks like yourself backing us, it means a lot. Talking about Cedar Grove, I learned something else when I came to Cedar Grove, how civic-minded the community is, how much people enjoy being involved in different capacities here, from the volunteerism especially. For those of you who don't know me, I did grow up in a neighboring town. When I came here, some of the first people I met on calls were Mr. Otterbein and Doug Giblin from the First Aid Squad, who reminisced about knowing my mom in the ER at Mountainside. Excuse me. She rode the first MICU unit before they called them medics, and true volunteerism. EMTs from Cedar Grove drove it. I think Charlie and Mike are here. Where are they back there? Yeah, they used to know my mom when they rode the MICU unit many years ago. And to come down here and see that, and then to see it with the fire department, the council people, the people who put a lot into this community. That's why I'm really honored to be part of it. I was able to make a profession out of it, which I'm grateful for. Like I said, I look around, I see the First Aid Squad, I see the fire department. We've had a lot of good times. Donlin, no stories, please, Chief. Those were many years ago. Yeah, we can save those. We're past statute of limitations on certain things, but we're all right. I've had a great working relationship. And then when I came into the PD, to see a lot of the people that brought me up, you're all part of this, because without you, I wouldn't be where I am. The training, the guidance you gave me, I know there were a lot of nights. Some of you were wishing I didn't come into work because I didn't stop on that radio through 3, 4 a.m. But I appreciate everything you did for me. Lieutenant Gunter is here. He taught me a lot about the pendulum and things swinging here. And we're always trying to be in the middle. We don't want to go too far left, too far right. We want to stay in the middle and be fair in how we do this job. Lieutenant Carricker, I can't tell you how much fun I've had and how much I've learned from you over the years, helping me out, getting me down the path. Again, if I forget anyone, I'm sorry. Dan Bootme, another one who taught me a lot about the relationship between labor and management with the union. Mike Grasso, my rabbi. I know he's floating around here somewhere. A lot of good times with Mike, and I learned a lot from Mike. As far as the traffic goes, I know a lot of you know that about me. Cedar Grove pushed me in that direction. I come back to Mr. Tucci. He gave me an opportunity to work with Rutgers. He let me go out. He let me do it. He gave me the time to do it with the township. It has served me fantastically in my career. I hope it's something I've been able to bring back to the community. And I hope going forward, a lot of people see that and it sets a standard for everyone. As far as running the police department, I am very, very lucky. I'm inheriting a fantastic organization. The members of the Cedar Grove Police Department have always been above board. They've always been professional. And I can't stress that enough, how somewhat easy this will be for me to transition into it when I have a good group of people that I have. I look forward to working with everyone, continuing and building on what we have here. Again, I thank everyone for coming out. I'm very humbled. I've thanked, obviously, our council, the people I've worked with, the people I've crossed paths with here. But I think we all know this. A lot of time goes into government. All right, I applaud the council for the time they give volunteering it, our fire, our first aiders, the police officers. You can't do it without somebody behind you. Many of you know her. Chief Manna remembers her from her early days in Fairfield. My beautiful, lovely wife, Jennifer. She been here all around. I can tell you now, I wouldn't be able to do what I've done over the years if it wasn't for Jen. She's always been by my side. She's always supported me. She's always taken care of me on those long days when we come home with, wet boots and exhaustion. I really do owe a lot to her for supporting me. For all of you too, if you ever worry if my head is going to get inflated, she will pop it before anybody. Trust me. She has a way of grounding me like nobody would know. And also, I got to thank my aunt, my uncle, and my cousin Michael for coming tonight. Many of you know over the years it's been a little tough. Unfortunately, I lost my parents. I'm sure they'd be thrilled to see where I am today. I owe a lot to them also for getting me here. A lot of hard work. I grew up with two brothers. God, what we did to my parents. But they got us through it, and I think they helped prepare me to get where I am today. And I do want to thank Judge Candido for swearing me in. The judge and I have had a good career here together. A lot of late nights in this room over the years with court. But again, I think I'll wrap it up here. I truly, truly honored, I'm humbled by everybody who came out tonight. Thank you. It means the world to me. I look forward with continuing to work with everybody here. And anybody ever needs anything for the community, I'm always there. I like phone calls, not emails. I love picking up a phone and talking to a person, not typing a response out. So I'm always available. Thank you again, everyone. I really appreciate this. It means a lot. Thank you.
Congratulations, Chief. I know some of us up here want to make some remarks, so let's start with Mr. Zakelli, please.
Thank you, Mayor.
Sure.
Thank you all for coming to our budget adoption or introduction today. I hope you stay for that. No, in all seriousness, congratulations are in order for Chief Pumphrey. Frank is an exemplary police officer, a testament to the Cedar Grove Police Department, and I am I'm so happy to be sitting here and watching him get sworn in as Chief of Police. I am pleased to have worked with Frank during my short tenure here as manager, and I'm even more pleased to continue working with him. No one knows the MUTCD better than Frank. He memorizes it like it's the back of his hand in Title 39, and I'm confident in Frank's abilities to lead the department. I'm confident in his goals and his commitment to the township as a whole. Frank's commitment to the township and the police department, you all know about that, but his commitment to the policing profession itself is beyond reproach. And it's something that we should all be proud of, and we're very fortunate to have in our chief here in Frank. Frank, I congratulate you on this milestone of your career. I look forward to what the future will bring for you, the department, and the township as a whole, and I'm excited to continue working with you.
You go ahead. We'll just go in order.
You want to go in order? Okay. Chief, I've known you for a very long time. I don't know, probably most of you don't know this, but Frank and I started our illustrious careers together at the North Caldwell Snack Bar when Mark and Jerry's expanded from Cedar Grove into North Caldwell, and we worked together in the snack bar. So, it's nice to see that we've kind of made some progress in our lives. But I'm really, really excited for you to be the chief. I know you're going to do a fantastic job. I have the utmost faith and confidence in you, and I feel safe and secure that you're leading our department. So all the best. We're here for anything you need, and congratulations.
My turn. I would like to extend a big congratulations to our new chief of police. It is well deserved. And the township is very happy to have you and serve in this very important role in our community. I would also like to thank Chief Pumphrey's family as well. The role is one that truly will take away from your family time unexpectedly, and I'm glad they're going to be there to support you. And Chief, I look forward to working with you and our fantastic police department. I happen to know firsthand. They're fantastic. Thank you very much, and good luck to you.
Great. Yeah, I want to just echo what everyone else has said up here. I don't know you as long as the others. I don't have a history with you that goes back that far, but just in my limited interactions with you and the police department. It's been nothing but a true pleasure. You're consummate professionals, and I'm very excited to have you at the helm, leading this amazing force. I mean, everyone came here tonight to support you. It's such a beautiful and powerful thing to see, and that's a testament to your character. So congratulations, Chief, and wish you safe and prosperous career as our chief. Thank you.
Congratulations, Chief. It's hard to repeat after being the fourth one, but I'm going to try to change it up a little bit. I had the pleasure sitting on the planning board while I was on the council, and I watched the chief testify during some of the planning board. And you were there. You're the chair of that. And just the knowledge and his ability to answer questions and his testimony, I was so impressed. And as a trial attorney, this is what I do for a living, and I thought that you did such a tremendous job. And then I saw you during our budget hearings doing the same thing, answering questions, and I think I kind of pressed you a little bit about some of my concerns, and you satisfied me for sure, and you answered my questions well. So I know you're going to do a great job. Certainly management-wise, I know you're going to manage well, and you do have a great team behind you. That's, you kind of hit the nail on the head earlier during your speech. I mean, Cedar Grove, we're kind of blessed and lucky that we have the people that surround us. It makes all of us look good. And I feel like you have that department, and you're going to do great, and you're going to do a great job leading them. So congratulations to you. I look forward to working with you as well.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Chief, and ditto. But I would like to say congratulations for myself. You served the town well for a long time as a police officer. It's a well-deserved promotion. And as Councilmember Missouri pointed out, you obviously are liked by your police department, which makes the decision of you being the police chief easier. So good luck in your new role.
Thank you, sir.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. We have a long, very numbers-heavy meeting. If you'd like to stay, it's going to be no, really.
Oh, pictures.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, for coming.
You want to take pictures real quick?
Yeah, we're going to do some. Yeah, should we?
Stand up,
Okay.
Stand up here.
Yeah.
We'll stay up here.
I hate the way they look.
I know. I feel
Let's
like,
go down.
Yeah, let's go down.
Come on, Mayor. Tell him. You're in charge.
Let's move
Tell
it.
him.
Let's move it. Joe said.
The mayor said.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. That was nice.
Thanks a lot.
Why don't we get the officers up here? Yeah.
No.
Of course. Go
Of
ahead.
course.
Get out of this one.
Yep. Actually, if I just strategically place myself.
I came in like right as I was going in the back.
I'm a pro at using this. I'm a pro.
I don't know.
I gotta back up.
Yeah.
Get a new
We're
camera.
gonna like squeeze in more.
I'll wait. This top one here, right? No, one more row.
I mean.
McDermott, I see you. I see you. Breaking stuff already.
Nobody saw Sarah just
All I heard was.
Like ring the bell.
Give her a hard time?
Oh my God.
What's up, Steve? How you doing, buddy? Good seeing you. Come man, come here. No, I don't think so. Congrats, dude. Uh-oh, gotta change the family plan on the insurance now. Congrats, dude. Good for you. Awesome. Stevie? Oh, I love it. SS, triple S, right? I love it. Congrats, man. That's good news. I'm happy for you, brother. Good. Yeah, call me up. Well, yeah. Kate's playing her. I'm not doing anything. 12:28. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, come on. Kate, it's all Kate. It's all Kate. Yeah, she's got it covered. All right, brother. Call me. Yeah, good seeing you, pal.
Get out of here.
Thanks, Dale.
I'm not gonna, I don't wanna rush them.
No.
He's at his moment. Let him do it.
It's a career moment.
That's it. In case I wanna sing. In case I wanna sing. I'm gonna sing the budget.
Barry, you want to tap that gavel?
Do, really? I don't wanna,
No.
No, don't do it.
can you imagine?
Tickets for you, Mayor.
Schroeder.
Hi, Dan.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going as folks are exiting. So we're gonna move on to item 3, 3A, approval of minutes. To consider approval of minutes of regular public meeting, March 3rd, 2025. I will wait. No, it's fine. We're just gonna approve the minutes. It's totally fine.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Thank you.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Who seconded?
Miga?
Councilman Massari?
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson?
Yes.
Councilman Zazali?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga?
Yes.
Mayor Scabbage?
Yes. Item 4, public hearing. 4A, to consider adoption of pending ordinance number 25-945 and ordinance amending Chapter 217, Section 16 of the Code of the Township of Cedar Grove entitled Sewers Service Charges. Mr. Zakelli, can you give us
Do you
some
want to open this to the
information?
public? Okay, I'll read it first.
Oh,
Mayor.
should I do that?
This is an ordinance, hang on, let me see if we can shut those doors.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's gonna shut it.
yeah. Mayor, you might want to just read 4
Yeah,
again.
I'll read it again.
Yeah.
We gotta leave one open now.
Okay, I'm gonna read that again now that the doors are closed.
Hang on one second. Officer, you gotta leave one door open, please. One door open? Yep. Thank you.
All right, go ahead, Mayor.
Okay, 4A, one more time. To consider adoption of pending ordinance number 25-945, an ordinance amending Chapter 217, Section 16 of the Code of the Township of Cedar Grove entitled Sewer Service Charges.
Mayor, this is a ordinance adoption raising the quarterly charge for sewer-related services from $5.83 per thousand gallons to $6.67 per thousand gallons, and raising the minimum quarterly charge from $96.20 to $110.06. For those who pay the minimum, this is an increase of $55 on the whole year, which equates to $4.62 per month or $1.15 per week. This is required as much of the sewage treatment plant's infrastructure is in poor condition or near failure, and until the utility becomes self-sustaining, we have to raise a down payment on the debt. Our AFS was completed in January, and we're moving in the right direction. As I will explain later during my budget message, this is one of the components towards curing that deficit.
Okay, great, thank you. Is there anyone present here wishing to address this ordinance number 25-945 only? Nope. Nope. Okay, seeing none. This public hearing is closed. May I have a motion, please?
Mayor, I move for the adoption of pending ordinance number 25-945 to be published in the Verona Cedar Grove Times as a passed ordinance to take effect as prescribed by law.
Great, thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Massari?
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson?
Yes.
Councilman Zazali?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga?
Yes.
Mayor Scabbage?
Yes. Item 4B, to consider adoption of pending ordinance number 25-946, an ordinance amending Chapter 259, Section 10 of the Code of the Township of Cedar Grove entitled Waters, Consumption Rates and Charges. Mr. Zakelli.
Mayor, this is an adoption of an ordinance raising the quarterly charge for water and water-related services from $6.22 per thousand gallons to $6.67 per thousand gallons, and raising the minimum quarterly charge from $31.11 to $33.35. Much like the previous ordinance, this is to better situate the utility to become self-sustaining, support future capital improvement needs, and secure debt service without having to put the down payment down. For those who are paying the minimum, this is an $8.96 increase on the whole year, 75 cents per month. I'm not going to break it down any further than that. This ordinance will also match the water and sewer rate per 1,000 gallons.
Great. Thank you very much. Is there anyone here wishing to address this ordinance number 25-946 only? Nope. Yes? Ordinance?
I'd like to make
Sure.
a statement.
Is this
it
about
on
the
this
ordinance? Then no, that you can't. Not yet. It's coming. Okay. Okay, seeing none, the public hearing is closed. May I have a motion, please?
Mayor, I move for the adoption of pending ordinance 25-946 to be published in the Verona Cedar Grove Times as a passed ordinance to take effect as prescribed by law.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilman Messeri,
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson.
Yes.
Councilman Zazali.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga.
Yes.
Mayor Skavic.
Yes. Item 4C, to consider adoption of pending ordinance number 25-947, an ordinance of the Township of Cedar Grove adopting the redevelopment plan for certain property located at Block 330, Lots 16 and 16.01, as shown on the official tax map of the Township of Cedar Grove pursuant to the local redevelopment and housing law, NJSA 40A 12A 1 to 89. Let me read that again. 40A, 12A1 to 89. Mr. Zakelli.
Thank you, Mayor. This is an ordinance adopting the redevelopment plan for 1201 Pompton Avenue, commonly known as the Cedar Grove Garden Center. This redevelopment plan outlines who the redevelopment entity is, which is the Township of Cedar Grove Township Council, who the redeveloper is, which is March Development. March is planning to construct a scaled nursing and assisted living facility here. The redevelopment plan codifies site plans, zoning, and planning board resolutions and the process and timeline for development. This is not the developer's agreement or financial agreement, which is subject to future council approval.
Thank you, Mr. Zakelli. I think it's just worth noting here that, because there's been a lot of questions in the community, this is an assisted living facility.
Mayor, this, if I may, this is a scaled nursing facility, assisted living, much like we have very numerous similar types of facilities throughout the township. This would be a similar structure to what's existing elsewhere. No children will be coming out of this development, and it will be used to satisfy, partially satisfy our fourth round affordable housing obligations set forth by the new affordable housing law.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Is there anyone here wishing to be heard on this ordinance 25-947? Nope, seeing none. Public hearing on that is now closed. May I have a motion, please?
Mayor, I move for the adoption of pending ordinance 25-947 to be published in the Verona Cedar Grove Times as a passed ordinance to take effect as prescribed by law.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Okay, thanks. Roll call, please.
Councilman Messeri,
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson.
Yes.
Councilman Zazali.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga.
Yes.
Mayor Skavic.
Yes. Item 5, the meeting is now open to the, meeting is now open to residents of the township wishing to be heard on any item on the agenda. Okay, seeing none, that portion of the meeting is now closed. Item 6, reports of township officials.
Mayor, I'm going to save you right now and read through the agenda for the budget. I have no
Okay.
report right now.
Okay, so we'll move on to Madam Clerk. Good evening.
Good evening, Mayor, members of council, and those in attendance. I just wanted to announce that late-night voter registration is scheduled for April 22nd, 2025, and I'll be open in the office until 9 p.m.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, Councilwoman Peterson. How are
Good
you?
evening, Mayor. I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks.
I do not have a report
Oh,
this evening.
I'm sorry.
The attorney. He's
Sorry,
sleep
Mr. Liggett.
deprived. Just
I
say that.
know.
My
Sorry,
only-
forgive
good
me.
evening,
Good evening.
and council members. My only report was going to be piggybacking off of 4C. You will see the completed redevelopers agreement for that property coming down the pike, along with the pilot agreement, which are currently being worked on. So as we get through those financial and development phases, I hope that the project can get the shovels in the ground by, I think, the end of the year would be great. The project wants to move forward. We're getting through these hurdles, so you'll start to see more and more of those agreements come through your desk. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I have nothing else. Thank you, Madam
Perfect,
Mayor.
thank you, and forgive me again,
No
sorry
worries.
about that. And you're,
That's-
no,
I'm good.
okay. Good evening, I know you have a, I can see it.
I have a
You-
book.
You have, that's
I
a
have
thick
book
pile of
because
paper,
I didn't have a
Deputy
report
Mayor.
last time, so.
Okay, well, we're ready.
Look out, Joe. Want to compete with Who Talks More?
Well,
Mayor, Deputy Mayor, if you want to read my report, by
No,
all
no, I don't
means.
want to read yours.
all right.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Last month, I did attend the State of the County address, and many exciting things are happening in our county of Essex, so I do encourage you to follow them. I especially love the cherry blossoms, which are in peak bloom this week at Brunchbrook Park. I also attended a very eye-opening event called the Black Poster Project. This is a traveling exhibit compassionately created of posters with pictures and stories of a person who unfortunately has died due to overdosing. It depicts the overdose and fentanyl problem we have in this country. The stories are endless, and the loss of such great people of all ages is very sad. I thank the organizers and speakers for the invitation to this event. It was beyond informative. If you get the chance to see the Black Poster Project, I highly encourage all to go, including children from middle school ages and older. It's very informative on a very difficult topic. On Saturday, along with the mayor and the township manager, we attended the opening for our community gardens at Morgan's Farm. The farmers and gardeners are ready for another great growing season, and I wish them all great success in whatever they have chosen to grow. I do have a few reminders. There is a fish and chips dinner on behalf of the Cedar Grove Historical Society. It's at 7 p.m. on April 16th, 5 to 7 p.m. on April 16th at Morgan's Farm. There is also this year a chicken option, so it's instead of fish and chips, it's chicken and chips, if you do not want the fish. All the proceeds go to the Historical Society. Tickets are $20 each, and you can purchase them at cedargrovehistoricalsociety.com. On April 19th, there was a Unico Easter egg hunt at Community Park at 10:15. This event does not have a rain date, and they also ask you to please bring your own basket. And again, with the Historical Society, there was a free event April 23rd at the library, at Cedar Grove Library. It's called DNA and Genealogy at 7:30. Of course, I always encourage everybody to join the Cedar Grove pool. I know it's cold out, but someday it'll get warm. Right, Joe?
June.
I also remind everybody that we have many senior citizens programs added to our programs offered through our recreation department. Please take a look at the township's website for all of them and their details. We have trips, exercise programs, bingo, board games, pickleball, art and arthritis and neuropathy workshop, and we just keep adding more. And the youth and adult recreation programs are also taking online registrations for the summer, including the summer camps. Thank you. That wasn't too bad.
That wasn't too bad, but you took all of my items, but that's okay.
We have to get it together.
It's fine, yeah, that's okay. So, thank you. I just have a couple of quick things that Deputy Mayor Miga did not touch upon. And my list comes from this very helpful email that comes from the Cedar Grove Recreation Department, and I just want to encourage everyone who has not signed up to receive their emails to please do so, because it's a great source of information. Just flipping through all of the things that Deputy Mayor Miga mentioned are in this email that came earlier today. The only thing on here that she did not touch upon is the Spring Leaf Collection Program, which runs through April 30th. So you can put your leaves out and they will be taken away. It's a great service that we offer. They need to be bagged.
Yes, thank you. Please
They
bag
need to
them.
be bagged.
Don't put them out to the curb. Lisa.
Yes, that's very important, and we have bags available for
Yes, at
sale
DPW.
at DPW. So those were my only updates for today, and I'll keep going to my left. Good evening, Councilman.
Good evening, Mayor.
Masseri.
I have no add-ons to your items and the deputy mayors. Thank you. No report.
Okay, great, thank you. Good evening, Mr. Zazali.
Good
How
evening,
are you?
Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Mayor, if I wanted to ask Mr. Zakelli a question through you, if that's
Sure,
okay.
of course.
Mr. Zakelli, I think it was about 2 months ago, we went through the North End Firehouse, and there were still some things that needed to be changed or updated, and I believe that the completion date was May 17th or 18th. If you can give us an update where we are in the process, what work's been done since then, and are we hitting May 17th?
Sure. Through you, Mayor.
Yeah.
So the firehouse project is progressing. Last week, the last kind of big ticket item was the installation of the elevator. The elevator was on site last Monday, and I believe during the pendency of last week has now been installed. Now that the elevator's in, the flooring can be finalized, and the only other major project now is an installation of a power pole outside by PSE&G through their subcontractor Chemsco, with whom I spoke last week. Once the pole is in, power can be ran to the building, and I believe our generator is installed, so for the most part, the majority of the work is done. I haven't personally been to the site in probably about 2 weeks now, but I get reports every day from our construction team. Other than that and some of the outside landscaping and site work and the inside punch list items, I hopefully expect us to be in on that target date. I know the fire department needs to get the racks from the DPW, which is where they're currently responding out of, install them in North End, and then, acclimate to responding out of there. But I fully hope and expect that that deadline is fixed and stays the same.
Okay, thank you. That's it, Mayor.
That's it? Okay.
Thank you.
Great, thank you. We'll move on to item 7, consent agenda. I'm going to read these together. 7A, to consider resolution concerning the approval of raffle application St. Catherine of Siena. 7B, to consider resolution concerning the approval of raffle application Cedar Grove Elks Lodge number 2237. 7C, to consider resolution concerning approval of raffle application Cedar Grove High School Lacrosse Booster Club. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilman Misery.
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson.
Yes.
Councilman Zazali.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga.
Yes.
Mayor Scavage.
Yes. Item 8, new business. 8A, to consider resolution concerning the introduction of the 2025 municipal budget. Mr. Zakelli, you are up.
I apologize for the length of this, Mayor, but this is very important to me, as you know. Mayor, through you, I begin by providing a summary of the 2025 valuations of the township. Township's rateables in 2025 totaled $2,275,407,500, reflecting an increase of $15,883,500 from 2024's rateables of $2,259,524,000. Township's public utilities totaled $1,471,400, reflecting a decrease of $103,700 from the utility valuation of $1,521,100 in 2024. The township's net valuation taxable increased by $15,779,800 to $2,276,824 in 2025. That number in 2024 was $2,261,045,100. Excuse me. Overall, the average residential assessment in the township increased by $1,400 to $478,700. Again, the average residential assessment in 2025 is $478,700. As has been the case every year, this council introduces a municipal budget. The governing body's directive to me is to administer prudent and efficient budget management, which results in tough decisions being made each and every day that are always in the best interest of the township and our residents. As has and will be reflected in Essex County's tax analysis on a countywide basis, Cedar Grove will remain one of the lowest tax municipalities in all of Essex County. At the behest of this mayor and council, the township made many hard decisions to keep the 2025 budget in line with state mandates, uncontrollable inflation, skyrocketing statutory and healthcare costs, and more modest increases simply associated with the everyday cost of doing business. At the forefront of my administration's goal was to keep Cedar Grove's municipal portion of the local property tax as low as possible, while still prioritizing efficiency, transparency, and quality of service that our residents deserve and, indeed, should fully expect. To our residents, while other industries pass costs on to you consumers, please know that this Township Council does not act with haste and has continued and will continue to make Cedar Grove an attractive and affordable place to live, work, and raise a family. As with every budget, the Township places your needs first before considering other requests. Each and every year, the retirement benefit portion of the municipal budget continues to grow. This results in increased long-term costs borne by the taxpayer. Make no mistake, this was a very difficult budget year. Indeed, our biggest expenses were group medical benefits for active employees and retirees, pension contributions for PERS and PFRS system members, and police salaries and operating expenses. The New Jersey State Health Benefits Plan, which is what covers our employees' health insurance, increased by 16.4% this year. The township is anticipated to spend $3,588,000 on group medical costs alone in fiscal year 2025. In addition, in fiscal year 2025, we are expecting to pay $74,427 for dental insurance, $18,357 for long-term disability insurance, $554,276 for multi-line defense general liability insurance, and $284,454 for workers' compensation insurance. These insurance costs total $4,519,514. With regard to PFRS payments for our police department, this cost to the township is $1,755,093. With respect to the PERS payments for municipal staff and DPW, this number for 2025 is $589,870. Top of that, Social Security contributions is $440,000. These statutory payments alone total $2,784,963. With the statutory expenses and the insurance costs that I just outlaid, the township is anticipating spending $7,304,477. These numbers are staggering, but by not replacing 3 employees who retired or resigned over the last year, we were able to insulate these costs a little bit better. With respect to our police department, 2025 budget reflects staffing of 31 officers, 17 crossing guards, and 1 civilian staff member. In 2024, we were faced with growing overtime costs resulting from officers having to cover vacant crossing guard positions. The township was able to raise the wage of our crossing guards, eliminate the skewed, nonsensical pay structure that previously existed, and pay the guards for the hours worked at an effective rate of $24 per hour. The township's crossing guard posts are now fully staffed, resulting in no overtime being cost to the township when an officer has to cover it. For the salaries and wages, this number totals $5,445,600, an increase of $143,221. With respect to our operating budget of the police department, you'll see a modest increase to $369,700 from $363,000 in 2024. It's important to note that in this other expense line, $140,000 is budgeted for the purchase of 3 new police vehicles, and $40,000 is budgeted for this year's promotional examination administered by the New Jersey State Association of Chiefs of Police. We can expect this $40,000 to be removed from the O&E line next year and go back into the current fund. Furthermore, the township's anticipating funding from one of our officers who is assigned to the DEA on a loan assignment, where the township anticipates receiving forfeiture funds from forfeitures that he participated in. I anticipate the forfeiture funding will arrive here and be deposited into the township's bank account by July 1st, 2025. Otherwise, we may have to recall our officer back to patrol. To address 2 retirements, the Cedar Grove Police Department and the township will begin looking to hire 2 additional officers once the promotion process goes underway. Another large expense that the township incurs this year is funding the Cedar Grove Public Library. As the council is aware, this is a statutory minimum number that is $1,006,751.41. This is a 5.28% increase from last year's state funding requirement. Conversely, the entire municipal budget increased by 3%. The library portion increased 5.28% when the whole municipal budget portion increased 3%. The expenses described thus far are those that are either contractually obligated or statutorily determined. Each and every day, the township seeks new ways to reduce costs and generate new revenues. In 2024, we received a full year's benefit of having a part-time consulting engineer instead of a full-time salaried employee with benefits and pension obligations. In 2024, we also received a full year's worth of road opening permits from the road work taking place around town and realized $141,920.30 in revenue. This number by itself almost entirely offset the cost of the part-time engineer. However, that cost was fully offset by the $2 million in grant funding that the township received for various road reconstruction projects and the new playground to be installed at the community park through the Jake's Law grant. At each and every opportunity, I strive to negotiate for this township to get the best price on each and every contract that comes before us. This is evidenced by my ability to reduce the cost of a fire truck by over $200,000 by negotiating an aggressive prepayment schedule and reducing the cost of returfing Panther Park by over $40,000 through negotiation and applying for a class action settlement resulting from defective prior installations that the township had at Panther Park. With the consolidation of the planning and zoning coordinator position, retirements of employees in the DPW, and subsequent privatization of certain aspects of the DPW, we seek to streamline operations and eliminate redundancy in township operations. We are proud to operate with efficiency at the apex of our concerns and our focus. To incentivize efficiency, as this council is aware, 2025 is the first year a merit-based raise system will be in place for municipal employees. Goals and standards were presented in July, and a comprehensive evaluation will take place to determine merited raise percentages. The days of blanket raises across the board are over. With that said, I transition to 2025's total appropriations. Fiscal year 2025 budget reflects total general appropriations of $24,540,023.89, which is $224,800.13 more than appropriations set forth last year. 2024's total appropriations were $24,315,223.76. Included herein is a non-spending appropriation called the Reserve for Uncollected Taxes. This number is $1,162,718.07. This is money that we do not spend out of, but it's money that we must raise in the event that there are delinquencies on tax payments. The fiscal year 2025 budget will be funded from $12,254,481.64 from the tax levy, $7,400,000 from the municipal surplus, and the difference with permits and fees, grants, energy receipts, and interest on investment. I am pleased to share that since Rebecca and I closed 27 bank accounts in 9 different banks, the last of which was closed in September of 2024, the township has realized $906,302.72 on investments. I am pleased to share that the township is using a stable amount of surplus to fund this year's municipal budget and is committed to keeping that number stable so we can continue to generate and regenerate fund balance each and every year. To that point, the township can expect additional revenues from the pilot agreement as Hilltop is set to experience rate increases through a contractually provided for provision, as well as revenues from other pilots that are going to go online. On the average residential assessed value, this budget will result in a $67.58 increase on the entire year. $67.58. This is $5.63 per month, or $1.40 per week. With these numbers in mind, I want to make it known to the residents, as this council already understands, that your portion of your entire tax bill, only 21 or 22 cents on the dollar gets back to this municipality. Essex County will receive 23 cents on the dollar, and the Board of Education will receive 55 cents on the dollar. So this township is responsible for providing the most services, serving the most residents, with the lowest percentage of your property tax bill. I believe, in fact, I am certain that this governing body stretches this dollar to the furthest extent possible. With prudent budgeting policies adopted by the governing body and the freedom to negotiate with public entities like PSE&G, Township was able to pave more linear feet in 2024 of roads than it has in any other calendar year, at no cost to the residents, given the credit-based system agreed to by PSE&G. Township actively works to fight cumbersome and costly regulations stemming from the NJDEP and other state agencies so that the taxpayer dollar goes towards providing a service and not fighting against unjustifiable fees and red tape that impedes our ability to deliver good government. This township was able to provide more services in 2024 and seeks to continue this in 2025, including the widely successful electronic recycling expansion at the recycling center and increasing funding for public events like our fireworks, Memorial Day picnic, and tree lighting, all while expanding services to our seniors, ranging from trips to Wind Creek Casino, the Paper Mill Playhouse, and weekly programming for exercise games and awareness brought right to our seniors in Cedar Grove. Make no mistake, this budget was crafted with all these priorities in mind, and of course, with a responsiveness and level of service that is, in my opinion, unmatched and unrivaled in any township in the state of New Jersey. Not included in our general appropriations are the budgets of our 3 utilities. With respect to our water utility, 2025's appropriation totaled $2,752,209. With respect to sewer, $2,411,667.57, and the pool, $602,900.26. As the council will see, in this year's appropriations, items will look vastly different. There's been major restructuring and moving of where things were being paid out of. For example, you will see the other expense line in my budget significantly increased from what it was last year. The reason for this is because we moved all of the internet and technology services into my budget. This was previously paid for out of the water utility, sewer utility, and utilities accounts set up in the municipal budget. And by removing it out of those accounts and consolidating into one, it streamlines where we're going to be paying our bills out of. Similarly, with the state police radio access, this is a fee we have to pay every year to the state police. This was previously paid out of the police department budget, water utility, sewer utility, and solid waste budgets. This has all been removed and placed into the Office of Emergency Management's other expense budget. You'll have one line to pay this now as opposed to 4 different budgets paying for it. Additionally, the council will see salary movements to try and better support our water, sewer, and pool utilities. Portions of my salary that were previously paid out of the water and sewer budget are no longer there. All my salary has been moved to current. Over the next few years, our goal is to place more and more employees in current to reduce the burden on these utilities. Employees who were previously paid out of the pool fully are now paid out of recreation 50% of the year and out of the pool 50% of the year. Not only does it make sense because that's when the utility operates, it better supports the utility. Given the fact that the governing body is increasing rates, this is the other side of the equation to help support that utility. As the council is aware, these rate increases have been adjusted, will continue to be adjusted annually so that they are all self-sufficient in the utilities, but that's only one side of the equation. By reallocating expenses to the proper location in addition to the rate increases, township's committed to securing and structuring the utilities to a point where they are self-sustaining. With regard to our debt service, as I stated earlier, one of the biggest items in the municipal budget is our debt service, our debt payments, and funding out of the capital improvement fund. And we'll take each in turn now. 2025, the township anticipates spending $3,693,995 to pay down our debt. As the council has stated repeatedly, the goal using pilot funds is to pay down debt and for capital improvement projects. With respect to the debt service, the township is paying $916,000 towards bond principal, $435,180 for interest on bonds, $1,938,535 for payment on principal of bond anticipation notes or bands, and $404,280 for interest on bands. The residents should be aware that the township's minimum statutory payment for our debt service is $2,100,337. This council is electing to pay an additional $1,593,658 towards reducing its debt, voluntarily. Through the 2023 restructuring and bond credit upgrade, the township is able to lock in an effective interest rate of 3.26% for bonds and 3.6% for bands. The township will be completely paying off all bond anticipation notes issued between 2015 and 2020 this year, 5 years ahead of their paydown schedule. With respect to our capital improvement fund, this is $1,772,000 that the township is appropriating in cash to fund capital projects. We are not taking debt on this. We are not taking interest payments on it. This is cash that we are allocating for capital projects. This number is $154,000 less than what was appropriated last year, as will be contemplated in the introduction of Capital Ordinance 25-948 tonight. I could speak about those projects when the ordinance is introduced, if you'd like, Mayor. That's coming out of the Capital Improvement Fund. And the other portion of the capital tonight is a capital bond ordinance to cast new debt, which I will also speak about when it's introduced for the public. In closing, the township is still evolving from some antiquated practices and procedures that still hinder our growth, but the township needs to work beyond this. In 2025, this is the first year we will be fully on Edmunds, and we will use this software more readily to capture real live data, accurate data, to better predict our budgets in the future, better manage our finances, and comply with our auditor's request to have encumbrances set up. I sent the initial budget memo to department staff on October 11th, 2024. As the council knows, this is a very long, drawn-out process that involves a forensic exactitude of analysis to calculate anticipated revenues and expenses for the next year. As the governing body has been made aware, unanticipated expenses constantly pop up, ranging from repairing the surface at the upper playground at Panther Park to combating exuberant fees from the DEP regarding stabilizing the Peckman River. This all reinforces the mantra that if Cedar Grove is going to do something, we're going to do it right. I personally owe a big thank you to all our department heads who worked diligently to complete their budget requests, adapted to our new admin software, went through the renaming of their accounts, some difficult migration factors, and a whole host of other items that piled up onto this year's budget preparation, all while continuing to do your everyday jobs. Your dedication does not go unnoticed, and I thank you all for the continued service to our residents. Mayor, with that, I rest for now and happy to answer any questions you have, and will speak to our capital ordinances and the rest of the agenda as you go through it.
Thank you, Mr. Zakelli. Is this your third year doing the budget? So,
Feels like my 30th.
yeah, you joke, but I know how much work goes into this. But beyond budget season, you keep us informed of all of the things that you're doing to save the township money. I feel like we get at least one email a week from you at a minimum about either a grant we've won or steps that you and Rebecca have taken to either save us money or make us money. And it's top of mind for you, and I know it's top of mind for our residents. Personally, it's why I moved my family here from another town in Essex County with a much higher tax rate. My gosh, almost 20 years ago. So to say we appreciate the work that goes into this feels like an understatement, but we do. I can speak on behalf of everyone up here because it's so important to maintain the services and the quality of life that people have grown to love here in this community without sticker shock, right? And we're doing this in the face of the highest inflation we've seen in many years. So thank you on behalf of the council for everything that you've done, and to all the department heads and everyone involved in getting our budget to where it needs to be. And with that,
Mayor, would you mind if I made a few?
no, go ahead,
Remarks.
please.
I'm just full of it
Yeah,
tonight.
you have a
aren't I?
full folder. I should have known
Full
better.
folder, notebook. I got it all going on.
Careful what you're saying there. You're
I
full
know.
of it today.
I am full of it. That was very funny, Joe. I would like to thank our township manager, Joe Kelly, and CFO Rebecca Roth for the excellent job they have done preparing a very fiscally responsible budget. The endless hours you have put into this are truly appreciated. I am proud to be a part of such a fiscally responsible town council. We are in challenging times, and yes, some things have to go up, even in Cedar Grove, just like they have to go up everywhere else. But the Township of Cedar Grove continues to offer so many programs at such affordable prices. Some are even free, such as our beautiful fireworks display, along with very reasonable taxes. It is an honor to serve the residents. I firmly believe Cedar Grove to be a wonderful township with programs for all. We have wonderful employees, we have great volunteers, and I am proud to be a part of the budget that is being presented. Thank you again, Joe and Rebecca. This is not possible without you. Thank you.
Mayor, ma'am?
Yes, please.
Thank you. I said it earlier when we were talking about the chief's promotion, and it goes with what we do here in Cedar Grove. I know a couple of years ago, during our interview with Mr. Zakelli, one of the concerns of the residents is we have a young manager coming in, and some people question the council's decision. And to what the mayor said about moving to the town 20 years ago, I feel like that transition from our town manager, Tom Tucci, to Joe Zakelli and this council, we haven't been here for 20 years, but we're trying to follow what Cedar Grove believes, which is providing the best services and trying to keep the costs affordable for everybody in our community. And I feel like we did that again this year. And that's a huge, effort, as everybody said already. It's a lot of work to get there. I know that, and we can't take credit for that. We're the part-time volunteers up here, but you do keep us informed throughout the process. The budget hearings, we have the opportunity to question everybody. I think the mayor this year, you were involved in some of the committee meetings with the chairs, with Mr. Zakelli. I did that when I was mayor. It's very helpful. So I feel like we keep doing what we've been doing for a long time, and I want to keep doing it. And I think that that's what we did this year again. So congratulations. Congratulations to this council for keeping up these traditions. So I'm very pleased as well. So thank you, Mr. Zakelli. Thank you, Rebecca. And thank you to everybody, all the department heads too, who spent a lot of time, as you said, Mr. Zakelli, making sure that they checked every item on their list. So
Thank you.
And
That's
you
all.
have 6 whole months before you have to start the process all over again.
Where
Plenty
you
of
started it, Mayor.
Anyone else, or can we?
If I may, through you,
Sure.
Mayor, I do just want to make comment. I know all of your comments are appreciated, and I agree with everything, but I just really, the amount of work that you have put into this, the transitioning from, like you said, to admins, to changing the accounts, to making all of those changes to make us more progressive, up to date with the way that you're running things is amazed. The amount of work you do, I am blown away by every single day. So thank you for all of your hard work. Thank you to Rebecca. Thank you to all the department heads. I know this is a heavy lift as per your report. I think that's just like a little bird's eye view of everything that you've done. So thank you very
Thank
much
you.
for all that you do. I really appreciate it. We're lucky. That's all, Mayor.
Mayor, Mr. Zakelli, thank you for the time that you spend doing this. It's not easy. There's many moving parts, and you somehow seem to keep it organized. And you're keeping the budget reasonable. Yeah, any increases that you do have are very small in comparison to what the changes could be. You're not making anything extravagant. You're conservative, but yet you're progressing at the same time. It's a job well done. So congratulations and thank you.
Thank you.
Also, one more thank you. That was a very thorough, but yet concise report, right? I mean, like, that gave a lot of information to everybody. So
Mayor,
anybody that could watch this video.
I didn't want to go through the whole budget for you. I think our town clerk can tell you how many renditions I went through for it.
It's very helpful.
No, I appreciate all the
Yeah,
kind
thank
comments,
you.
and we came a long way from when Bill Homa, may he rest in peace, used to do it by hand. So that's we're employing the same tactics, just with some technology.
Oh, and Mr. Zakelli, not another thank you, but a question.
Yes.
For residents who want to see the budget, where can they go?
So it's going to be in the library.
In the library,
right?
in the
And
council
in council chambers.
Okay.
It will be posted online. The introduced budget gets online too, I think, right?
Yes.
And then, once it's introduced by the governing body, it'll go online. The clerk will send it down to the Division of Local Government Services. As the council's aware, this would have to be adopted in May for it to be finalized, so we will still operate on the temporary municipal budget until then. And then, I'm happy to, this is my world. I'm happy to answer any questions about the budget. This is, this is my Christmas day today.
Oh, boy.
Don't tell your fiance that.
She's probably watching. Sorry, Kate.
Okay, thank you very much. So let's vote. Madam Clerk, may I have roll call, please?
A motion.
Oh, may I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilman Misery,
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson.
Yes.
Councilman Zazali.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga.
Yes.
Mayor Scavage.
Yes. 8B, to consider resolution concerning the introduction of the 2025 Solid Waste Collection District budget. Mr. Zakelli.
Mayor, this is just a separate budget for garbage collection, leaf collection. Much simpler total appropriations of $1,989,900, reflecting a decrease of $175,900 from last year's budget.
Great, thank you. May I have a motion, please?
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilman Misery,
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson.
Yes.
Councilman Zazali.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga.
Yes.
Mayor Scavage.
Yes. Item 8C, to consider resolution concerning compliance with NJSA 40A-4-5 as amended by PL 2017 C183. Mr. Zakelli.
Mayor, this is compliance with the EEOC hiring. This is a resolution that the state mandates the governing body adopt concurrent with the budget introduction concerning the United States Equal Employment Opportunity Commission's guidance on the consideration of arrest and conviction records in employment decisions under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. This is required by NJSA 40A:4-5. It must be adopted prior to the governing body's adoption of the budget.
Okay, thank you. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Misery.
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson.
Yes.
Councilman Zazali.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga.
Yes.
Mayor Scavage.
Yes. Item 8D, to consider resolution authorizing participation in the self-examination program of the municipal budget of the 2025 budget year. Mr. Zakelli, do you have anything?
Mayor,
to
yes,
add?
this is where I must plug Rebecca. Every 3 years, the Division of Local Government Service allows township to review the self-examination, its own budget prior to adoption. On that third year, the state must review it. Last year, the state reviewed our budget. This year, we could participate in self-examination. So Rebecca will do that once this the resolution is adopted. And again, I owe a big shout out to Rebecca and our auditor, Andrew, from Nizavachia, who they prepared our financial statement, they prepared our debt statement, which allowed me to finalize the numbers between the time we met with the council in January and today's date. So Rebecca and Andrew, if you're watching, thank you. I couldn't do this without either of you.
Wonderful, thank you. Roll call, please.
Need a motion.
May I have a motion, sorry.
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilman Messeri?
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson?
Yes.
Councilman Zazali?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga?
Yes.
Mayor Scabbage?
Yes. Item 8E, to consider resolution authorizing the purchase and installation of synthetic turf at Panther Park Multipurpose Field through Field Turf USA, Inc., through the Educational Services Commission of New Jersey by Purchasing Cooperative in an amount not to exceed $550,947. Mr. Zakeli, I know you touched on this.
Yeah, Mayor,
in
if I
your-
may,
Yeah.
this is a resolution authorizing the award of contract under ESCNJ contract number 22/23-37 for returfing of the field at Panther Park. As I said many times tonight, this is being financed through a capital improvement bond, so we're going to cast some debt. When the time comes in July to see which rates are the best, we'll make the determination if it's a bond or a ban. Right now, the rates are inverted. I just want to let the council know that this number is $550,947. When they first quoted it, it was $597,000, and I was able to negotiate it down to $550,947, just by negotiation and also through the class action credit that we were able to receive. Once this is signed on, I will work with Marisa to coordinate scheduling. Obviously, we will keep the council apprised of this information. This is crucial. I want it done quick, but I want it done right. And we want to do it during the non-busy season. Unfortunately, every season's a little bit busy at Panther Park, but nonetheless, this is something that will be good for the residents. Also, if the council recalls, a few meetings ago, we passed a dedication by rider, which is allowing us now to collect the fees from renting the field, put it in a bank account, and leave it as is for the reuse the field and put that money towards refunding it.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I know how much wear and tear
Those was a
that
lot of people.
field gets used. Sorry.
Go ahead, just raising the air a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, it's freezing.
Oh,
It's freezing.
it was very warm in here before.
Gotta get more people back in here.
And Mr. Zakeli, I know you had sent the governing body pictures of the essentially defective turf that's been there.
So Mayor, this is at the multipurpose field on,
okay.
On Bradford.
It's lower.
Unfortunately, we do have to fix that one at community, but this will
Okay.
be, I'm hoping the timeline is 4 weeks max.
I see, okay. Got it.
What's the lifespan on this one, Joe?
So what the lifespan should be and what it is are two different things. It should be around 15 years. The constant use of this, especially during COVID, obliterated it. It was really overused, not overused, it's used in a good way, and our residents get good use out of it. But nonetheless, we have to upgrade it.
Yeah. for
How
sure.
will that,
Go
can I
ahead,
ask
yes,
a question?
absolutely.
How will so the Football League and the Lacrosse League, all those people that utilize that field, township,
Mhm.
they'll be notified from Marisa as to
Yeah.
when it shuts down
Yeah,
prior
and
to
I'm trying to get it
permits?
done before the fall, because the fall
Yeah, the
is
fall's-
the busiest
yeah.
time. So I'm fairly confident. Usually I'm pretty good at expediting the process a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So now the whole reason this had to wait was because we needed to wait for the capital funding to be in place to award the
Right.
contract, right? We couldn't certify the funds without the bonding.
Right.
Got it.
So I'm anticipating early summer to midsummer is what my goal would be, working with the rec teams and whatnot.
And then you have to stay off it for a certain amount
No, I
of
think
time?
you
or
could
you
you
go
could
right on
go
it?
right on it, yeah.
Beautiful, okay.
Perfect. Okay, thank you. Any other questions? No? Okay, may I have a motion, please?
I'd like to make a motion, Mayor, to approve.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilman Messeri?
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson?
Yes.
Councilman Zazali?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga?
Yes.
Mayor Scabbage?
Yes. 8F, to consider introduction of pending capital ordinance number 25-248, a capital ordinance providing funding for various acquisitions and improvements for the Township of Cedar Grove and appropriating $1,772,000 for such purpose. Mr. Zakeli.
Yes, Mayor, this, as I said, is the capital improvement fund, so we are not casting any new debt for this. This is money we're taking from the pilot funds. If the council recalls, I sent this pie chart for use of fund balance. In the use of fund balance, you'll see that the majority of that is used to pay our debt service, pay the Board of Ed the $1.2 million a year. They're contractually, we are giving to them. And also for the reserve for uncollected taxes. Of that fund balance amount, $1,772,000 is for the capital improvement fund. And the projects on this side of the capital bonding is a new batting cage at Panther Park, parking overlay, which is the streets that, I'm sorry, paving overlay, which is the street paving that we do every year, a scanner for the mechanics, replacing one of the leaf tag boxes that we suck up the leaves with, a new single axle dump truck, which are the real big dump trucks we plow with and tow the leaf tags with, a new lawnmower, a new F-350 single cab pickup truck with a plow, stabilization of the Peckman Riverbank, tech improvements, and 3 AC wall units.
Great. Thank you. May I have a motion, please?
So moved. Oh, no,
Second.
sorry.
We have to
Have to
read
read
it.
that. I got it. I move for introduction of pending capital ordinance 25-948 to be published in full in the Verona Cedar Grove Times as a pending ordinance with a public hearing scheduled for May 5th, 2025.
Thank you. Second, please?
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilman Messeri?
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson?
Yes.
Councilman Zazali?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga?
Yes.
Mayor Scabbage?
Yes. Item 8G, to consider introduction of pending bond ordinance number 25-949, a bond ordinance authorizing various general improvements in the County of Essex, New Jersey, appropriating $1,946,700, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1,849,365 bonds or note to finance part or cost thereof. Mr. Zakeli.
Thank you, Mayor. This is my, this is where we determine whether or not we will use bonds or bond anticipation notes to fund these projects. This note or bond will be offset by a $398,390 grant that we received from the NJDOT. The projects for this bond anticipation note or bond include replacing the turf at Panther Park, remote access to the bathroom doors at Panther Park, which means Marisa can now set the doors on a timer, automatically open them, close them, no more keys, they'll all be fobbed in and out. Paving of Reservoir Ridge and Mountain Way, tree replacements, sidewalk replacements, various improvements to municipal properties, including office renovations, running water to and installing a bathroom at Morgan's Farm, funding the county-ordered reval process. As the governing body is aware, the county is ordering the township go under a reevaluation for properties. We are the oldest reval on the books now. Last one was done in 2010. We really stretched it out pretty far, too far, according to the county. So that is being funded through this bond ordinance. New CATV camera for Andy and the crew downstairs. Online digital zoning maps, something that our residents will be able to go online and see. New body-worn camera docking stations for our police department. 7 new defibrillators for each frontline patrol car. New alcotest machine. Improvements to the police common area. Purchase of new Glock 43X weapons for our administrative officers. And I'm sure Connor will be happy, a new LiDAR laser unit for our patrol cars. So we are funding a lot of projects out of this, and I just want to note that because the bond number that you see is $1,849,000, because it's offset, the actual issuance of debt is $1,528,310.
Okay, thank you, Joe. May I have a motion, please?
I move for the introduction of pending ordinance 25-949 to be published in full in the Verona Cedar Grove Times as a pending ordinance with a public hearing scheduled for May 5th, 2025.
Thank you. Second, please?
Second.
Okay, thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilman Messeri?
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson?
Yes.
Councilman Zazali?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga?
Yes.
Mayor Scabbage?
Yes. Item 9, approval of bills. Madam Clerk.
Yes, good evening, Mayor. Thank you. Be it resolved by the Township of Cedar Grove, County of Essex, New Jersey, that the summary of bills having been duly audited and found to be correct are hereby ordered paid in the aggregated amount of $3,361,332.59.
Thank you very much. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Messeri?
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson?
Yes.
Councilman Zazali?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga?
Yes.
Mayor Scabbage?
Yes. Item 10, the meeting is now open to residents of the township wishing to be heard on any item on or off the agenda concerning township business. Mr. Maneri, you can go next. Yep, I just need your name and address.
Okay. Mayor and council, my name is John Riso. I am here exercising my First
Your
Amendment.
address, please.
Pardon me?
Your address, please.
169 Old Bloomfield Avenue, Parsippany, New Jersey,
Okay.
07054. I'm here exercising my First Amendment right under the U.S. Constitution. The oath of office is the glue that holds the legal system together. On September 5th, 2005, I was arrested and charged for a crime I did not commit. I was convicted based on a false police report written by Eileen O'Toole. Patrolman Pumphrey and Patrolman Schneider assisted with the arrest, and they all were promoted to sergeant as a result. As a result, I lost my driver's license, I became unemployable, and suffered immeasurable harm. The court put further restrictions that made it impossible to get my driver's license back. I'm requesting that you do the right thing, and I'm requesting that my driver's license be restored now. Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to be heard? Mr. Maneri? Mr. Young, he's letting you go first.
Stephen Young, 18 Young Avenue. I'd just like to thank the DPW for the great job, the maintenance they do down at the community garden, the small garden and the large garden. It's always well-maintained, very safe for our residents to use. Every time we need the compost piles, they're there. They're just doing a great job. And it's great to see the township's residents are really coming out and living up to New Jersey's motto, the Garden State. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Young.
As you all know, my name is Sal Maneri at 26 Sweetwood Drive, and I appreciate having the opportunity to put my comments on official record. As you all know, my whole thing is about communication. What you all have done today, okay, could not possibly be communicated electronically. There is no way that the people of this town will be able to see what you've accomplished, what everyone has accomplished. The people here, the personal messages they have is so important for us to know. Our electronic age has robbed you of the ability to communicate effectively with the citizens of this town. You are now almost exclusively relegated to electronic media and so on. It is great, but people of my generation, I would think, are in the same situation. We don't have the ability to go on electronically for many reasons. And the main reason is it's been abused. I have 120 emails a day, and I have 2 emails. It takes me about 20 minutes to try to go through this to determine which is important, which is not important. We're losing that ability. For instance, paper. Great to see this. Great to have it on paper, okay? Right here, I was almost impressed. We have a newspaper that's dedicated to Cedar Grove. Unfortunately, this publication is provided by Yum. Yum, they put a beautiful article about Cedar Grove on the front page. This is 40 pages long.
everything in this article, except for that first page, is about Passaic Valley. This publication, they publish two. They publish Cedar Grove Life, and they also publish Passaic Valley Life. Everything in this article is a duplicate of the other article they published, Passaic Valley Life. We are, they have brought this to our town, and we are presenting it to the people of Cedar Grove, and it has nothing to do about Cedar Grove. I don't understand how they can take our town name and name it Cedar Grove Life. It's not about Cedar Grove. How are we allowing this to happen? We're promoting residents and whatever to deal with another town's concerns and interests. I'm concerned, and I don't know how many people in town share my, or how much you share my situation. I wrote to the editor, and I quote, "Mr. Kunji, editor, just recently I spoke to your sales rep, Lisa, about contacting you directly, and he or she suggested your email rather than cell number. I have been a resident of Cedar Grove for over 50 years and have recently reviewed the content of your Cedar Grove Life, March 25th, print publication that you are circulating in our town. I have concerns that the content of the paper does not represent life in Cedar Grove, but life almost exclusively in Passaic County, which is almost exclusively identical to your twin paper, Passaic Valley Life. I'm requesting to speak to you directly with my concerns and possible concerns of residents and businesses in our town. I would also like to invite you to attend the next town council meeting and explain to our elected officials and town residents your purpose and intent of using our town name in your publication. I think it's a concern, not only my concern, but the residents' town, and hopefully it's your concern. I've sent a copy of this to just about every town council member and the residents of this town. I hope you join me in determining why we are promoting a publication that has nothing to do with Cedar Grove, and how they've taken Cedar Grove, which I think is, I don't know, legally, if that's a proprietary name, that's exclusively for us, that somebody can take our name and represent Cedar Grove. I ask the attorney to possibly explain that. Thank you.
So, thank you, Mr. Maneri. So I know, I'm familiar with the publication. I believe, is that the, Ms. Ford, is that the gentleman who reached out? No, that's someone else. That's another, that's a separate. So, Mr. Maneri, I'm a communications professional. I've been in PR for, oh my gosh, almost 30 years now. So I feel your frustration. And I think we talked about this in our last meeting too. The print media is, unfortunately, a dying medium. There are newspapers folding. You see it left and right? Star Ledger's only digital now. The Jersey Journal in Jersey City, which is where I'm from, doesn't exist anymore after 145 years. Our Verona Cedar Grove Times is very similar to what you're saying here with Cedar Grove Life. It's a couple of articles about Cedar Grove and Verona, and the rest of it is statewide news from the Associated Press or Reuters or other news services. Unfortunately, it's sort of the way of the world. Not sort of. It's the way of the world right now. We're having a lot of cuts in newsrooms. AI is replacing reporters. It's a scary landscape for print media right now, and I know. A lot of folks are resistant to making the switch to digital, or they can't for whatever reason. And I empathize with that. I understand how frustrating it can be. We do our best to share as much news as we can. I mean, we have bulletin boards in the library here, in town hall.
That's what I'm saying, it's print.
Right.
That print, we have to get to the residents, okay? These other towns don't believe, okay? They are taking advantage of our town through print. So the more we allow it, the more abuse it's gonna be.
I don't
And my
necessarily
concern
think
is
it's abuse,
how do they
though.
how do we allow a newspaper to represent our town?
There's a free press, Mr. Maneri. I mean, it's,
Don't we have a
Mayor.
proprietary interest in
Right.
that? And I like to ask the term, how can somebody take our name and print it for the
Mayor, if I-
purpose of the
yeah,
newspaper?
please.
If I may,
It's gotta
Mr.
be-
Maneri, here's the deal. They have a constitutionally protected right to free speech. They have a constitutionally protected right to free press. Let me finish, right? And it is not our name. I don't own the name Cedar Grove. This governing body does not own the name Cedar Grove, right? All 13,000 residents, the name belongs to them, right? So people have social media pages that say Cedar Grove on it, right? And as long as they're not conveying a message that would give the appearance that the township is endorsing or not endorsing, we are not in a position, council, correct me if I'm wrong, to regulate that content, okay? You know, it's much the same where there's a provision in the ordinance that the clerk is the custodian of the township seal. Only the clerk can use the seal to notarize documents and convey a meaning with the seal of the township. Only the Madam Clerk is vested with that power. To use the words Cedar Grove Life, Cedar Grove Magazine, we would be committing a constitutional infringement in the event that we were to regulate somebody's use of the words Cedar Grove. I hear your frustrations. I know what your sentiments are. There's nothing stopping you from making a print magazine about Cedar Grove Life, right? And printing it and distributing it, right? You're afforded the same rights that they are.
I would agree. However, their intent is to represent you, okay? That is the intent. There's a difference between free speech and what they are presenting. They are representing you as being, accepting the fact that they are representing Cedar Grove, okay? And that's how I look at it. And the point is, by us circulating it, we're promoting it.
Mr. Maneri,
Why are we
we are not
promoting-
circulating it, Mr. Maneri. This is
Why-
not something that the township is circulating. This is not something the township is controlling or publishing,
Why
okay?
are they allowed to put this in the municipal building as though we are the one that
Mr.
are
Maneri, because
promoting it?
this is a public space, sir. This is a public space where there's a free right. There are constitutional protections, much like this governing body, the free speech doctrine prevails here because it's an open public forum, right? There are limited public forums. There are designated public forums. I'm not going to go into First Amendment, jurisprudence here with you, as much as I would love to. I don't think the council wants me
Please, no.
to go through the litigation history of First Amendment. Nonetheless, but Mr. Maneri, let me just wrap this up here. They are allowed to do that, right? Just like we cannot regulate the content of any speech going up. It's constitutionally impermissible. So just like if you want to put a flyer up for your flag project that you display that you hang up and down on Route 23, legally we cannot stop you from doing that. Council, do you want to jump in here?
The difference in that Cedar Grove Life is that it's not Cedar Grove Township with the C. And it's not a distinction. Okay, understand that if this, hold on, hear me out. I hear, you made your point. I understand your point. If this was a newspaper that said Cedar Grove Township with the seal of Cedar Grove, then it would be a representation of this governing body. This is an advertisement, okay? And there's a sense of informality, if you will, from what this governing body is saying from this dais versus what somebody is putting into print that says Cedar Grove Life. There are two different things. This is for the purpose of commercial advertising. They get a lot of leeway under the First Amendment. If there was something that was, if you said that the Cedar Grove Township was the title of the newspaper with the seal, then I think I would be on the phone with the editor and say, you need to remove the seal and the township portion of it, because you do not represent the township. But that's not what's happening here, okay? So there's a difference in kind that really makes the difference between what's permissible under the First Amendment for somebody who's commercially advertising, because they're trying to sell ads, and what is a adoption of this governing body's,
An endorsement of
an
policy.
endorsement of policy, if you will, an endorsement from what the, and trying to put it out there. Now, Mrs. Kelly's point is also spot on. If they are throwing newspapers onto people's driveways or putting newspapers here, that is not something that the township is endorsing or promoting.
Well, we have trespassing laws.
No.
Now, if the,
Do we have trespassing laws? When someone can come into an establishment and violate that
if it's a,
statute,
if it's a public space, no. So this building,
how about business?
It's a public space.
How do they
It
go
depends.
and put a newspaper in a
then,
business?
then that business should tell that newspaper that you're no longer,
And that's
wrong.
exactly what I'm saying.
okay.
If we don't,
And we have littering ordinances.
right.
So there's
And
things
if-
that the town can
If we
do.
don't set some standards for this town, okay? This individual is taking advantage of this, the residents in this town and trying to convince our residents, do not patronize your local stores, patronize another county, okay? We don't have, the businesses are affected.
But somebody
what I'm
has the
saying-
ability to throw the newspaper in the garbage. They can, you know what I mean? It's
I
just
did.
advertising.
I did,
So,
but unfortunately, the residents in this town kind of believe this is Cedar Grove life. And all I'm saying,
Mr. Maneri.
unless we challenge the editor, okay, and say, this is what is affecting our town, and we're not happy with it.
I think that
We
that
have free-
point,
We have the point of free speech.
that point is, that you made in your letter, I thought your letter was very well written to the editor, okay? You made great points. Now, I think that this township can provide more articles for them to write. Maybe this town is, you know, so well-run that there's not a lot of
And
news
that's
going
exactly
on.
what I
But-
challenge the editor.
Right.
Why are you doing it? What's your intention?
There's no requirement that he do it. There's a difference. So we can urge and we can suggest, but there's no requirement.
And that's my point.
Okay. And that's a good point. I think that's a fair point.
And
you're-
I'm hoping
and
the
you're-
residents of the town and the councilman will take that into consideration.
And I hope the editor takes your words into consideration because were very well written.
Thank you, Mr. Maneri. Does anyone else have any comments? Nope. Okay, seeing none. I'm gonna close that portion of the meeting.
By the way, just want to ask you, this is not a criticism of the town.
Mr. Maneri, we're gonna move on. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Maneri.
you so much. Item 11, adjournment. May I have a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved. Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilman Scarry,
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson,
Yes.
Councilman Zazali.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga.
Yes.
Mayor Scarry.
Yes. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.